my name's James Nicholson. In this video, I'm going to talk about Rightmove. They're saying asking prices are at nearly record highs again. I'm going to cover how fast the house is actually selling at the moment. Is it faster or is it slower? I'll tell you that in this video. I'll also tell you what the average asking price is at the moment. That's got some interesting data. And is the market getting better or worse? I'm going to cover all of that in this video according to Rightmove. This is not my opinion before you go off on one in the comments. Remember, when we make this content, we'll have some videos where the house prices are up and we'll have some that is down. Nationwide released their data the other day and it was talking about house price data being down. This isn't house prices sold, this is asking prices. And what it shows to us is that sellers are not ready to drop their prices significantly at the moment. So before we jump into this, as always, if you haven't done already, do subscribe to the channel over there and hit the bell notification. We're on the way to 23,000 subscribers. Can we hit 50,000 this year? Am I here? Smash like, tickle like, do something to the like button. That really helps me with the YouTube algorithm, gets more views on the channel. It grows our community together. So smash that like button over there. So, Rightmove data. It's interesting, Rightmove data. What I find on this one, whenever they say house prices are up, people go crazy in the comments. But if they say they're going down, suddenly their data's magical. But look, it's good to get lots of different data sources. So on this channel, I share the ONS data, the Office of National Statistics. We share the nationwide data, we share the Halifax data, we share the Rightmove data, and any data that comes from Zoopla. Then it's good to get all of that data and have a balanced opinion on what's going on in the market. Then you can make your own opinion on whether you think it's going up, down, sideways, or whatever in between. So this data is from Rightmove, and obviously that's where everything starts, isn't it? So most properties, I'd say more than 90% of properties are listed on Rightmove. A lot of us check that. It's a habit of British people to see what's going on in the property market. So Rightmove's where the journey starts. And what are they saying? Well, they're saying just this month, asking prices are up. Asking prices are up 1.1%, which is a fair bit, right? And they're only £500 off the highest ever that asking prices were at some point last year. I think it was November last year. So it shows that for now, sellers are still looking to achieve maximum prices. What does that tell us? Well, it tells us that they're not desperate to sell their property right now. That might change. In order for the market to have a crash and that to get some momentum, you need a group of people that either they can't afford their mortgage or they've lost their job or they've had a divorce and for some reason they've got to sell that property fast, right? And so when that happens, and it might happen, right? It might be happening like at any moment in the summertime. That might be when that starts. When you start seeing the asking prices drop quickly, that's when you know the market is going to crash. Right now, sellers are stubborn, right? They're not desperate to sell. And some of these sellers are locked in on a good rate. Maybe they've got a deal at 1.5%, the mortgage rate. And so they would sell if someone does come along and offer them the right kind of money. But if not, they'll just sit on the market. This isn't good for the estate agent or solicitors. Those people need transactions. And so they do all the work of listing the property. They're not guaranteed to sell, are they? So the average house asking price at the moment is $372,324. Now, obviously that's an average. What Rightmove did say is there are more larger properties getting listed, which would increase the average. Now, what that might show us is those more expensive properties, which we've heard aren't selling particularly well in other data sources. We've heard that. Now, they might be the ones that are getting a little bit more desperate, because if you got a £5 million house on a 6% mortgage when you only had a 1% mortgage previously, you might really be struggling to make those monthly payments. And so that's something that we want to keep an eye on. And that's why we look at these data sources. So bigger houses are bringing up the average, right? We know from other data sources that smaller houses, they are going up in price, right? They are going up in price. They're selling quite fast. 1-bed flats, 2-bed flats, terraced houses. Those are the fastest moving properties in the market right now. So what else is going on? How long does it take to sell a house? This is interesting. This is getting faster. So right now, it takes on average 64 days to sell. That's faster than any time last year. Like any time in the last 12 months, that's the fastest it's been. It's got faster. What does that tell us? It tells us that there's enough sellers there to buy the stock that's sitting on the market, because we had an influx of new properties on there, but that indicates that there are sellers, buyers even, at the other side of that transaction. And that indicates that probably you're not going to see massive discounts until that slows down. If that starts getting up to 100 days, like that is when you'll see people slashing their prices in order to sell their house. If it's getting faster, if it's going from 70 days to 64 days, it means there's more demand out there from buyers, and that could keep the market a little more buoyant for a little bit longer. That's what I think anyway. So it's 18% faster to sell a house as opposed to the end of last year, which is pretty good. Now, Rightmove are saying that they're seeing the market as fairly stable at the moment, and that's due to a few things. One is affordability is improving. It's hard to discount that. It is improving. And what does that mean? It means that wages went up slightly more than inflation on average. Maybe not for you, but for a lot of people, on the average wage went up higher than inflation. And mortgage rates, while I've been talking this week about them going up, they are cheaper than last year. We had 7% mortgages last year. We've now got 4.5% mortgages. In fact, go and check out the video I did on Friday where I talked about the best rates in the market. There was quite a few that are 4.5% for residential. So there are still some good rates out there. And the fact that inflation's been high, that has eroded the real value of a property. So that has also made them slightly more affordable as well. So some interesting stuff from this Rightmove video. In my opinion, it's interesting to see that houses are selling slightly faster. That's positive. That indicates that there are enough buyers in the market. It's also interesting to see, what else have we got going on? The asking prices are sticking. People are not desperate right now. That could change. Let me know what you think about this Rightmove data. Do comment below. If anyone comments below and they've said that one day you're saying they're up, one day you're saying them down, just explain to them the data sources. That would be very helpful. Saves me a little time on doing that. Do smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, go and check out some more content on the channel, including this video right here.